as a seasoned audio guy, when I'm embarking on a new project, I think, well, what are the pillars? What are the main 3 or 4 ideas that I'm going to focus on that are going to largely define what the aesthetic sound of this game is? For this game, it was definitely walker interaction. It was music. It was a rich and immersive, dynamic, ambient world. I started with music as a focus point at the very onset of this project because I was terrified about this idea of doing Walking Dead in New Orleans. To me, those seemed like really their aesthetic styles that kind of conflicted in my own mind. As I unpacked it and I started to work on it, I actually found that they were quite complementary, and I could do a lot of weird jazzy stuff that's very horror-like. The idea is to make like these broken instrument sounds to really make Walking Dead in New Orleans world, right? So I'm just taking this clarinet and blowing on it like a total idiot.
Have you ever played the clarinet?
I played the saxophone when I was like 11. But then I worked with it, and I started creating these awesome assets, these very haunting, bending tonal assets that really were evocative, right? You heard them and it was just like, oh, that's creepy. So this actually, I can play you what this turns into. This is actually what I captured at home after I put some effects on it. I got a little better at it. It took a little while to get the lower tones. It wasn't just a very haunting, You're trying to do something that has as little elements as possible, but is as effective as possible. And to be able to find something where it tells the whole story in one sound, it's like, that's what you live for. I feel like the world is a little schizophrenic, and the music system is also schizophrenic to help support the world, which is that it's an evocative world that feels emotional, but when it comes to walkers, that's a very horror-like experience, and you want to really play that up. If you get a bunch of walkers around you and they're all targeting you, well, chances are you're in danger now. When you're not, you don't want to have too much tension. So we want a music system that's really interactive and dynamic, and it informs you when you actually are in danger, but then just becomes atmospheric and very desolate and moody when you're not. This is the get the f*** out music. We call it get the f*** out music, but it's... Run! Yeah. What's more New Orleans than a drum solo? The world is sort of psychotic. There is a beauty to the world, but it's a Walking Dead world. When you enter the world, you're like, oh, this is very evocative, and you want something that's kind of emotional. But when the walkers show up, that's not relevant anymore. I mean, honestly, when I think of somebody taking the headset off our game, I'm hoping that they were like, wow, that was the closest experience I've ever had to fighting a walker. They're like, wow, that was terrifying. It sounded terrifying anyway.